Satnam, yogis and yoginis. Hello, welcome back. Whoops, camera is a little bit high. Hello, how are you doing? Well, I hope you're having a good day. The 8th of February, month 2 and day 8. And the numbers 2 and 8 are very much linked to water. We're going to be seeing more about numbers very, very soon. I'm going to be doing, the next course is going to be on numbers. So I'm going to be talking a lot about numbers. But numbers 2 and 8 are very much linked to water. And today, particularly here in Portugal, where I live, it's very, very rainy. So there's a lot of water energy around. And yeah, very adequate to the day of today with the numbers. But how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I have nothing planned for today's stream. So let me put some more light here. There we go. I knew I was lacking something. And so if anybody wants to, if you are connecting online and you want to say something about what would you like to suggest for today's stream, then feel free to suggest it. Just in case, let us tune in today. Let us do the Om Namo Gurudev Namo and the At Guru Name, so we are connected. We call it tuning in because it's very much like a radio. Yeah, you want to tune into that frequency, Radio Guru. Yeah, it's a very subtle frequency, very narrow band, and it takes some concentration and a little bit of silence. So I'm gonna be in silence and listen within, and align yourself with the silence and connect to your higher self. Inhale deep and exhale. And inhale to chant. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Angurannamam, Jugadgurannamam, Sadgurannamam, Sirigurudevannamam, Adgurannamam, Jugadgurannamam, Sadgurannamam, Sirigurudevannamam, Adgurannamam, Jugadgurannamam, Sadgurannamam, Sirigurudevannamam. Wahidoo Satnam John, hello, welcome. Welcome everyone who is connecting to the stream. And so I was just tuning in. I was just saying that I don't have anything planned for today. So John and whoever is here, feel free to suggest a topic. What would you like to do today? Would you like to chant? Would you like to meditate? Would you like to make a nice conversation about some philosophical topic regarding anything from the yogic perspective? I hope you are comfortable, you have a nice a cup of tea, or I got a fresh juice today. So, and let's have a relaxed conversation together. And yeah, I tuned in today. We tuned in because, well, I was just feeling like tuning in anyway. But I don't always do it, and the reason why I don't always do it is because this tuning in is very much from the tradition of Kundalini Yoga. So if we are not going to do any meditation or practice from Kundalini Yoga, it wouldn't make sense to be tuning in. So that's why I don't always tune in, because very often we're just talking philosophy, and that's not specific from Kundalini, but from any kind of yoga, really. And so sometimes I tune in before a particular practice, but today I just felt like tuning in. So if we don't end up doing anything from Kundalini Yoga, gurus will forgive me for doing it that way. But yes, so here we are, and yeah, feel free to suggest anything that you would like to explore. I'm feeling quite meditative today, so maybe we can do some meditation. And I was just mentioning how it's raining quite a lot where I live, and the energy of the water is very present today. So maybe we can do some sort of meditation connected to that in some way. But also maybe we could do something with the mind, or we can chant. I'm not sure. I'm quite available for suggestions. But anyway, the energy of water is very much connected also to the mantra Waheguru. One way to see it is Wah. Wah is like the water, like when you are pouring water. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah? So Wah, and it's written Wah like water. So Waheguru is a mantra that is connected to water, and being in the numbers 2 and 8, the day 8 of the second month, I feel like maybe we could do something with Waheguru today. Self-inquiry meditation number 2, right, John? Okay. Did you enjoy that one from the other day? Do you practice self-inquiry, John? Do you do it following the tradition as Ramana Maharshi, or do you maybe listen to Muji's lectures, or did you just read the books, or how do you do it? I would like to hear different ways to do it, because I'm not so educated. You know, this is my work in a way, my job to teach yoga, but I haven't really had many teachers. I haven't traveled around too much, and I haven't visited too many different centers with different teachers. So I'm very curious, and I would love to know how other people do it. But so yes, John, share a little bit. How do you do the self-inquiry? And everybody else, if you are online, just let us know what you would like to do for today. Self-inquiry is inquiring of the self. No, ask yourself, who am I, to try to find yourself, to find your center. But I'm guessing there's many ways to do that. I remember I don't know if it was, I think it was my mantra teacher, Mas Mare, telling me how sometimes when you are, maybe it was Ramana Maharshi who said it, or maybe he told me about it, how sometimes when we fall asleep, our head falls down, and it falls down because we fall into where we feel ourselves in the heart. So something linked to the numbers 2 and 8 and water, it could be tension. We're going to see these more in the next course, in the course on numbers. But 2 and 8 are connected to tension. So maybe we could explore actually the opposite, relaxation, like letting go of any tension. And by doing that, falling almost asleep into ourself. So it's kind of a self-inquiry, but more than inquiry is falling in the self, or meeting the self, rather than asking about the self. It would be like a practice of how to go deep within. Yeah, I think we can do this. It's a nice meditation. It's a kind of a meditation, but sometimes I practice it. I am Spanish, so we do siesta. Spanish siesta is very famous all around the world. We do a nap in the afternoon, most often, yeah. Maybe not every day, but most days. And sometimes it's not even about falling asleep. Sometimes it's just about closing your eyes and going within. And this is something interesting that I remember. One day I was in a lunch with some friends, and there was one guy who just left the table, and I was wondering where he was going, and he went to the outside the terrace, the garden, and he went smoking. And I was like, oh, he's smoking. Okay, so he went for a smoke, yeah, to have a little break and have a smoke. And then I thought, how accepted it is in our society that somebody would just take a break, take a few minutes and go for a smoke. But if I, out of a meal with some friends and I say, oh, I'm just going to take a few minutes to go meditate, everyone would look at me like crazy. So why not? Why not take a few minutes and go and connect to yourself? So the siesta is a good opportunity to do that. It's an opportunity to relax and recuperate. But also, even if you don't fall asleep, because sometimes you may not fall asleep, but you are going within, that's already a good practice. So how about we explore today the way I do it, the way I learn from Shiv Charan, but also connecting with Ramana Maharshi's idea, or what Masmari told me about Ramana Maharshi's idea of falling into the heart. John says, from watching your videos and reading Ramana Maharshi's book, but I use my pranayama meditation to get into it. Oh yeah, okay, good. Excellent. So, John, you can maybe later share what kind of pranayama, what kind of meditation do you do to do that, yeah? And we can explore it. We can practice it, and since I'm already going on with this idea of this practice, let's do this, and then maybe we can practice the one that you write. Okay. But let's do this thing. Let's practice something that you can do anytime, and just lean. You can lean on a chair, or you can lean on a wall, sit on the ground. And ideally, this is done sitting up, so not laying on the back, and you let your head fall. So I'm gonna guide it, and but yeah, we don't lay down for this one, because it's not so much about falling asleep, but it's about falling within. So normally when we look at the world from the eyes. We look outside, like we live inside our head. And what we want is this experience to go in. I think I've kind of guided this more or less a little bit in some of the video, but let's do it anyway. So if you have a chance, just close your eyes. And ideally, you would close your eyes and slowly let the head fall. And make sure you're comfortable. If you need to adjust your clothes or something, make sure you find yourself comfortable for this. And if you have glasses, you may want to remove them, because it's kind of like falling asleep. So there's something about glasses. If you wear glasses, there's something about wearing them that when you have them on, is like a switch that activates your brain and your mind. So removing your glasses is also like a switch off. And the mind understands that this is not the time to think too much. So it's a good opportunity to take off the glasses and just close the eyes. And as I mentioned, we generally live in our heads, looking through our eyes. So by closing the eyes, already, this is pratyahara, yeah. But we are still within the head. The experience of who we are, of our sense of being, starts in the head, because we are thinking too much. So what we're going to do is slowly let the head fall, but by its own weight. And it's not just hanging, yeah? You're letting it slowly fall, especially with the exhale. And with every exhale, you feel that your presence in the head is released, and you start to fall down into your heart. It's kind of like swallowing yourself. This practice, the way Ardaas Singh teaches it, is very useful when you are frustrated or you have some obsessive thought or something that is waiting on you, like a weight on you, some thoughts which are very heavy and you want to let them go. And so if that is the case, then one tool that you can use, something that can help you, at least at first, the first times, later you can just do this without needing to do it, but every now and then you may want to explore it again, is sighing. So you can make some sound, make some noise, and the sound is falling down. So from the crown, from the head, down into your heart. And when you inhale, and then when you exhale, you can sigh again. And you keep on sighing. There will be a moment when you will not want to sigh anymore, but at first it is useful. And with every inhale, you stay where you are, but with every exhale, you fall deeper and deeper down into the heart. With the inhale, you stay where you are. With the exhale, you fall again into the heart. Don't let the heart fall. You are falling into the heart. And the heart is like a chamber, like a room, a wide space in which you are falling. And when I say you, I mean your consciousness. So your consciousness falls from the head into the heart. With every exhale, falling deeper into the heart. Keep sighing whenever you need to. With every inhale, you may feel that this chamber, this heart, the space of it opens, expands to accommodate your consciousness descending into it. So when you inhale, the heart expands, and when you exhale, you fall into the space of the heart. If you feel any tension in your face, sigh and let it fall down, let it go away, falling into the heart. And wherever you feel your consciousness to be, you can always fall a bit deeper when you exhale. Tension falls away from your shoulders. Recurring unwanted thoughts dissolve and disappear. Emotions calm down. And it's like falling into an ocean of peacefulness. Any worry is gone. All the attention goes within. And within this space of the heart, this chamber of the heart, you feel that you exist. Connect with that sense that you exist. That's the self. An ocean of peacefulness and stillness. If some thought comes and bothers you, just sigh one more time. Fall deeper, deeper, deeper. Realize how comfortable you are. There is peace tranquility. And there is a recognition that you know this space. You've been here before. This is the seat of consciousness. This is the place where consciousness arises from, the spring, the source. The source of self. And it's so familiar. Know now that you can visit this place anytime. Stay there for a moment. This is the place where I hear the mantra. Hridaya kuharamadye kevalam brahmamatram aham aham iti sakshat Atma Rupena Pati Hridi Vishamana Saswam Chimvata Majatava Pavana Chalana Rodat Atmanishto Bhavatvam Hridaya Kuharamatye Kevalam Brahmamatram Aham Aham Iti Sakshat Atma Rupena Pati Hridi Vishamana Saswam Chimvata Majatava Pavana Chalana Rodat Atmanishto Guharamadye Kevalam Brahmam Matram Aham iti sakshat Atma Rupena Bhati Hridi Vishamana Sasva Chimvata Machatava Pavanachalanarudat Atmanishto 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 Bhavatvam Feel your breath coming in and out. Let's pay more attention to the inhale now than the exhale. And with every inhale, we are a little bit more present in the space that we are right now. Remember how you are, if you are sitting, if you are with the eyes closed. Remember the surroundings. But before opening the eyes, if you have been with the eyes closed so far, inhale deep and exhale. Again, inhale deep and exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And cover your eyes with your hands. And while covering your eyes, you open your eyes so that the first thing that you see is your own hands. And then slowly, as you lower the hands, allow yourself to see the rest of the world around you, your surroundings. And be present again with the outside world. But even if you are outside, in the outside world, realize that you don't have to lose that sense of self that you feel that you found when you were doing the exercise. It doesn't have to go away when we come out. Sadnam, everyone. Sadnam, Hafakar, hello. Sadnam, those of you who are connected right now. How are you doing? How was the experience? How was it for you? I would like to hear feedback on the practice if you managed to do it. John was asking about self-inquiry meditation. It's not inquiry, but it's definitely meditation to meet the self, this one. To me, this practice, this is one of the most profound and simple ways to reconnect with the self. Sometimes when we are outside, when we are doing things in the outside, we may forget it, we may distract ourselves. This camera keeps a little bit high today. Okay, that's better. So when we feel distracted or we feel too much out in the outside, this little practice helps us to reconnect. And as I mentioned, I can combine it with an app. So if you want to have a nap, you can sit down and then have a little nap. But if you don't fall asleep, you can just go and stay there. Purple pulsating light, all right? Purple pulsating, that sounds like an alliteration, like poetic sentence. Purple pulsating light. Purple pulsating light. That sounds really nice. Purple is very associated to the seventh chakra, right? All right. Well, I hope that was a good experience. And I was originally thinking we would just go in silence, but this is the thing, as the deeper I got there, then I could hear that mantra very clearly. So I chanted it even though I didn't prepare it and I didn't put the words on the screen. But again, we were all with the eyes closed. So if you were just listening, then that's fine. If you were chanting, maybe it would be also a bit more powerful, chanting the mantra right there, because that's where aham, yeah, that's where there is the pulsation of Brahman in the heart, right? Le Havakar, how are you doing? Is there something that you would like to explore today? We have an open day. We are here together. Time to share and being sangat. And this satsang is for this. It's for if anybody, if you have a question, if you want to ask something, or if you want to explore some particular practice or topic, write it in the chat so we make it together. Yeah, this is space. I was saying originally at the beginning of today that the mantra Waheguru would resonate very well as well with the energy of today and the water, the energy of the water, linked to the 2 and the 8. Today is day 8 of the month 2nd. So 8 to 2024. 2024 is 8 as well. So there's a lot of 8 energy and number 2. And so I was thinking about doing something with that. Let me think for a moment. Yes, I'm thinking there is a meditation that it's really good to remove negative thoughts. And since we are doing this course on the mind, and 2 days ago, which by the way, I think was it New Year? A Chinese New Year, lunar calendar? I think it was. So we had a video, was it 2 days ago or was it yesterday? I'm not sure now. What day is today? Thursday. No, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Okay, never mind. I'm still spaced out, as you can see. All right. By the way, this is interesting. You know, if you go too deep into meditation, this is like in the water you are diving, yeah? And then when you are coming out, you have to decompress. You have to come out slowly because you come too quickly. It's like, you know, these divers, you know, they have to go by stages. So a meditation can be deep like that. But sometimes it can also be like we are not really present. We are too spaced out. So, yeah, it's good to go back to the present, yeah, to be here. And so in the mind course, we were talking about problems with the mind and how to deal with them, how to deal with unwanted thoughts. And I talked a lot, but we didn't do any practice. And as usual, you know, the days of the course are more, let's say, theoretical, and these days are more experience. So how about we do a practice, an experience that uses Waheguru, and is a meditation that serves to remove negative thoughts. So that would be, I think, interesting for today, and it would vibrate really well with the energy of the numerology of today. And it's called like that, meditation to remove negative thoughts. But the position of the body is a bit unusual. If you have never done Virasana, I need to explain it first of all. And well, I can show a picture. Because actually I am sitting on a chair, which is not great for meditation. There's a lot of meditations that are ideally done on the ground. Generally, on the chair, it's fine as long as you know you don't fall asleep. Because one of the problems with the chair is that you are resting the back, and if the back is resting, then the consciousness goes away. So if you can deal with that, then it's fine. You can meditate in chairs, of course. Also, many people cannot actually sit on the ground, or you know, for whatever reason, or you know, maybe your age. You know, after a certain age, is also going down into the ground can be quite hard. So it's always possible to meditate in the chair. However, there's some meditations which have a strange posture. I'm going to show this one. Let me see if this is prepared. Okay, so this is. Let me focus this. There we go. So this is meditation to remove negative thoughts. So as you can see, this posture, this is called Virasana. So you are sitting with the left leg underneath the buttocks, in between, with the heel pressing against the perineum. This is the left leg. And the right leg is folded with the foot on the ground. This is a mudra, this is a posture, not the mudra with the arms, but the posture is something that we do in Kundalini Yoga every morning for chanting Waheguru, 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 Wahegio. And we do this for 22 minutes in the sadhana, in the morning sadhana. And generally, when we do that, the hands are in prayer pose on the heart. So the hands would be here. And there is a variation of that one with the hands in front, almost like holding a sword. And this is kind of like a sword because you see the arms are straightened together. This is from a book, I think this book is called Relax and Renew from Guru Ratanakar. But you see, the arms are slightly forward, yeah? They are not completely vertical, they are a little bit forward. The tip of the fingers has to align with the third eye. And in this mudra, this is called Virasana, yeah? In this posture, we will be vibrating the mantra Waheguru within. But let me just demonstrate it, even though, again, it's difficult from the chair, but it would look something like that. I'm going to move away from the microphone. So again, this is easier if you are sitting on the ground, but we're going to do the best that we can. Yeah. So there we go. Okay. I found my own position. You do what you can, and the idea is that in this mudra we're going to be inhaling, and as we inhale, more than trying to think the mantra, is about vibrating it, feeling the vibration of the mantra within. So as you inhale, you feel Wah. And as you exhale, you feel Guru. Wah, Guru. Inhale Wah, exhale Guru. And what happens is that this is kind of like, if you remember yesterday in the mind course, I was talking about how sometimes we need to practice gatka. We need to cut a thought that we don't want. So when we have a negative thought, particularly, a negative thought, you cut it, you make it positive, right? So the mantra Waheguru is going to cut it, and the arms, they are like a sword. So you are kind of like cutting the thought, yeah? So let's do that. Let's do the position. I don't think I can put my arms in the chair. It's very difficult in the way that I am sitting. But I would suggest to do this. So you put the fingers, have to be in line with the third eye. And then close the eyes. And we'll do a few minutes of this. And normally we would do this for a minimum of 15 minutes. We're not going to do it so long today because I think it's just nice to share it, but I don't think we're going to do it for so long. But maybe we can do a few minutes. So close your eyes and keep the fingers together. This is like a sword. Close the eyes. And if you have a particular negative thought that is recurrent, that is coming again and again in your life, for whatever reason, you can put the intention to use the meditation to cut it and to cut that thought from your mind. So close your eyes and start feeling when you inhale the Wahe and when you exhale the Guru. And it's a slow breath. It's not a heavy breath. It's a slow, but it doesn't have to be like a 1 minute breath. It's a slow breath, but not 1 minute breath. And you can begin. The eyes, I didn't mention, are 1/10 open. So 9/10 of the eyes are closed, and focusing the eyes on the tip of your nose. Look towards the tip of the nose, open the eyes a little bit so that you can see a thin line of light. And inhaling Wahe, exhaling Guru. And inhale deep. And exhale and relax. You can relax the posture. Meditation to remove negative thoughts. If we don't remove them, if we let them be within us, then they turn into misery and create all sort of neurosis and commotion in our emotions, and it's just very unhealthy. So this is a good meditation to practice when we feel there's too much negativity in us or around us. It's not just good for us, it's also for the negativity in the space around us. So really good to cut that negativity over. So normally we would practice this meditation for 15 minutes. We did half time today. And if you want, you can just practice it by yourself 15 minutes. My feeling is today is short and sweet. I think is good the way we did. It was just 1 hour. But how about we each and made a long time sunshine to finish. At the end, we did a meditation from the Kundalini Yoga tradition, but the other one we did, it was not really from that tradition. So I'm mixing things up, but hopefully it's very clear. I make it very explicit when I'm doing one thing or the other, so that we don't want to mix traditions, but we can learn from all of them. So, all right, let's chant the long time sign today. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you. I'm the pure light within you. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Nam. 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 Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for being here. And have a good rest of the week. And see you again next week. Satnam.